It is now my honor and privilege to introduce the recipient of the 2020 VFW Congressional Award, the Honorable Jon Tester of Montana. The senator is a third-generation Montana farmer, a proud grandfather, and a former school teacher who has deep roots in hard work, responsibility, and accountability. Senator Tester and his wife Charla still farm the same land near the town of Big Sandy, Montana, that was homesteaded by Jon's grandparents in 1912. Jon's parents believed public education and family agriculture are the cornerstones of democracy, and those values had a tremendous role in shaping his leadership. After earning a degree in music from the College of Great Falls, Jon took over the Tester farm in 1978 and then went on to eventually be elected to the Big Sandy School Board. Fired up by the Montana legislators' decision to deregulate Montana's power industry, which resulted in higher power costs, Jon ran for and was elected to the Montana Senate in 1998. In 2005, Jon's colleagues chose him to serve as Montana's Senate President. The people of Montana then elected him to the United States Senate in 2006. They voted to send him back in 2012 and again in 2018. Senator Tester believes in holding himself accountable to the highest standards possible, and he has improved transparency at all levels of government. In fact, he was the first senator to post his daily public schedule online. In the U.S. Senate, Senator Tester is an outspoken voice for rural America. He is an advocate for small businesses and has hosted numerous small business opportunity workshops across Montana to serve thousands of business owners and entrepreneurs. He is a champion of responsible energy development, sportsmen's issues, clean air and water, Indian nations, women's access to care, and quality health care for all of America's veterans, no matter where they may live. The VFW Congressional Award has been presented annually since 1964 to one sitting member of the House or Senate for significant legislative contributions on behalf of those who have worn the uniform. This award is extremely important to us because it recognizes that our military, our veterans, and our families of past and present have a champion in our corner of Capitol Hill. Please join me in welcoming the recipient of the 2020 VFW Congressional Award. Let's give a warm applause for Senator Jon Tester.
Congressional Award and citation awarded to the Honorable Jon Tester, United States Senate, Montana, in recognition and grateful appreciation for his work as a veterans champion in Congress, who as ranking member of the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee was instrumental in securing passage of a multitude of Veterans of Foreign Wars legislative priorities, including modernizing the VA appeals process, refining the post-9/11 GI Bill, significantly improving VA health care with the Mission Act, eliminating the widow's tax, and ensuring thousands of Vietnam veterans are provided the health care and compensation benefits they deserve with the Blue Water Navy Act. In witness whereof, we have hereunto set our hands and the official seal of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States, this 4th day of March, approved by the National Council of Administration, signed by William Doc Schmitz, Commander-in-Chief, Kevin Jones, Adjutant General.
Thank you very much, and I'm flattered, honored, and humbled by the award. I want to start out by recognizing a few people as they did me. I want to recognize the Secretary. It is a pleasure to work with you. It's good to have good discussions about what needs to be done. And I'm just going to tell you, we're very fortunate to have Secretary Wilkie in the position of Secretary of the VA. I also want to recognize my folks from Montana that are here. You guys, yes, they are so critically important. When I'm talking to veterans about rural health care issues, these guys and ladies stand up front and do it. And to the leadership of the VFW, I just want to say thank you very much. It's good. You know, I didn't know exactly what I was going to say when I got up here, so I'm going to step back a few years to 1969 through 1974. As you might have heard in my resume, I've got a Bachelor of Science in Music, and you did a pretty damn good job, I'll tell you that. And only I wished I could sing that well. But I will tell you that one of the things that happened to me as I started playing trumpet as a fifth grader is in the seventh grade I got tapped for the highest honor a trumpeter could get in Big Sandy, Montana, and it was a very high honor, and I think it's a high honor no matter what town you live in, and that's to be VFW bugler. I got to stand and talk with veterans from World War I, World War II. I remember all those guys. They're all gone now, but one of them, Lindy Ray, is the only one that's still alive, World War II vet. And they talked about war, and they talked about the fact that in that moment in time, Vietnam was cooking pretty well, and talked about, quite frankly, they talked about the horrors of war and the fact that it's a tough business. It's a real tough business, and what you go through changes your life and changes it forever. And it's ironic that I was put in that position to hear those stories of those veterans who served in World War II and Korean War mostly, because then I come back here and I get fortunate enough in life where I get elected to the United States Senate, and we get to hear folks, when I first got elected and first got appointed to the VA committee and had a town hall meeting, of veterans stand up from in the back of the room and point at me and look me right in the eye and say, "You will not treat this generation of veterans like you treated ours." He was a Vietnam vet. And I will tell you, those words have stuck with me every day that I've served in the United States Senate and on the Veterans Affairs Committee. Because the truth is, we have an all-volunteer military. And if we don't live up to the promises that we make our fighting men and women in this country, how long do you think that's going to last? The truth is young people are paying attention to what we do in Washington, D.C. every day. And if we don't take care and fulfill the promises that we've made to veterans, both men and women in this country, then we're not doing our job. And so I just want to say thank you. I also want to recognize my good friend John Bozeman from Arkansas. We've worked on a number of pieces of legislation. He's an incredible leader in the Veterans Affairs Committee. And I want to say thank you, John, for everything you've done. In the meantime, I'm just going to tell you the fight's not over. We got a lot of stuff to do. We're all on the same team, so we need to communicate well, and just God bless each and every one of you, and God bless America.